What if I told you your AI app is wasting up to 60% of your money on punctuation? Yep, quotes, braces, commas, all the stuffs inside JSON that you don't care about. And the model doesn't care about either. Today, I'll show you a live side-by-side demo comparing JSON, Toon, VSC, value separated by commas, the new format trending on X. We will run actual token counts so you can see which one really saves money and which one only looks efficient on the surface. JSON is a readable, reliable and everywhere, but it's also bloated when you send it to large language model. Toon, short for token oriented object notation, is a newer format designed to be token efficient from the ground up. It stripes out the syntactic noise, removes repeated keys, and treats arrays like a spreadsheet so the model only sees the information that matters. And then there is a VSC, the format you have probably seen trending lately, a kind of CSV plus metadata approach. It looks tiny at first glance, but as experts pointed out, VSC can actually get larger once you add metadata, field declarations, and type hints. So today we are not talking a theory, we are running a real side-by-side test of JSON, Toon, and VSC. And you will see exactly which one actually saves tokens and money in real LLM workloads. Let's jump in. Here is our sample data set, a simple list of e-commerce orders, perfectly normal JSON, but extremely verbose. Now let's convert it to Toon and to VSC and run the numbers. The Toon CLI detects the JSON and outputs both a Toon file and a token stats. Now let's create the VSC version. VSC uses metadata plus CSV style rows, better than JSON, but slightly bigger than Toon for this dataset. This looks efficient and compared to JSON. It usually is, but VSC often requires field declaration, type hints, array length metadata, and sometimes quoting rules. And once that's included, VSC is not always smaller than Toon. Let's check. Toon removes all braces, most quotes, and repeated keys. XML style metadata blocks. VSC removes brackets and braces too, but adds metadata lines and type information for correctness. In real tasks, that overhead adds up. Let's plug these three formats, JSON, Toon, and VSC, into the same LLM call and see how many tokens they actually use. Same dataset, same question, same model. The only thing that changes is the data format. First JSON, it's familiar but it repeats every key, every quote, every brace, and the model counts all of that as a tokens. So in our test, JSONs come in at 176. Next, Toon, token-oriented object notation. It removes almost all of the syntactic noise and uses a clean spreadsheet style structure. When we send the same data through Toon, the token count drops fast, 104. And now VSC, value separated by commas. It looks tiny at first, but once you add metadata and field declaration, it usually lands somewhere in the middle. In our test, it come out slightly lower than Toon, 101. So here is the takeaway. JSON costs the most because it carries the most formatting overhead. VSC does save tokens, but only for simple flat data where the metadata is small. Toon stays extremely efficient for structured data sets because it keeps the shape of the data while removing almost everything that wastes tokens. And even though the numbers are small in this demo, in a real production system where you send thousands or millions of prompts, this difference becomes real money. No single format is perfect, and each one has a place. But for LLM prompting, Toon consistently wins when your data looks like a table, clean rows, consistent fields, and large list of items. That's where Toon gives the biggest token savings while keeping the structure easy for the model to read. JSON still makes sense when your data is messy, deeply nested, or unpredictable. If every object is different or you rely on complex hierarchies, JSON handles that better than everything else. And VSC works well when your data is simple and flat, but you still want a CSV-like layout with clear headers. Just remember the metadata it needs add extra tokens. So it usually won't beat Toon for large uniform dataset. So the rule of thumb is simple. Use JSON for irregular structure. Use VSC for lightweight CSV style data with minimal hierarchy. And use Toon when you want the best token efficiency for large consistent arrays, because that's where Toon saves you the most money. So here is the final takeaway. Your LLM prompt isn't just text, it's your bill. JSON makes that bill expensive. VSC helps sometimes. Toon gives the biggest saving without changing your data model. If you want me to do full rack plus Toon performance deep dive, drop a comment below. Hit like, subscribe, and tell me which format are you switching to first, JSON, Toon, or VSC.